Hi, I'm Cassandra Clark, and today I will educate my audience on a health condition called diabetes. I will touch on the condition, its different types, and the treatment related to the disorder. Diabetes is a common health condition amongst most Americans, yet most don't take the condition as serious as they should and end up with lifelong medical issues related to non-compliance of diabetic treatment. Today I will be talking about one of the world's most diagnosed health conditions. Food is all good for the soul until it affects your everyday of life. Diabetes is a disease in which your blood glucose goes above normal range. Glucose comes from the food that a person consumes and converts into sugar within the human body. In order for the human body to keep levels at bay, they have to secrete insulin, a hormone that targets higher than normal levels to bring back to normal. Normally, the pancreas releases insulin to help the body maintain a very smooth operation during food consumption. In some instances, the body either does not produce insulin or needs help producing the insulin that the body has already secreted. There are a number of signs and symptoms the body shows to tell us that our body is undergoing a change in condition. Some of these symptoms are weight loss, blurred vision, slower than normal healing time, and or frequent infections, just to name a few. People normally overlook the signs until they undergo what we call hypoglycemia, a drop in blood glucose ranging below 60, or hyperglycemia, which is extremely high levels of blood glucose ranging above 500. Diabetes is a very dangerous health condition when not treated or maintained. Amongst these types of diabetes, there are four types. Type 1, the second is type 2, the third is prediabetes, and the fourth is gestational diabetes. Type 1 is where the body does not secrete insulin at all. Type 2 is the most common, where the body needs help producing the insulin that's already secreted. Prediabetes is where the diabetic does not go at extremely high levels but are diabetic. And gestational is when a pregnant mother has problems producing insulin during pregnancy. I will be talking to you today about type 2 diabetes, which is the most common type in America. No matter where you are, type 2 diabetes, there are some things you should know. It's the most common form of diabetes. Type 2 means that your body does not use insulin properly. And while some people can control their blood sugar levels with healthy eating and exercise, others may need medicine and insulin to manage it. Regardless, you have everything you need to fight it. People who are middle aged or older are most likely to get this kind of diabetes. So it's used to be called adult onset diabetes. But type 2 also affects kids and teens mainly because of childhood obesity. It's the most common type of diabetes. There are about 29 million people in the US with type 2, another 84 with prediabetes, meaning their blood sugar is high but not high enough to be a diabetic. Now I will tell you about some of the symptoms related to type 2 diabetes, one of which would be extreme thirst. A person with type 2 diabetes is always thirsty, and you would think that they will be full by the time they drink all the fluids that they consume, but they are always thirsty because they have dry mucous membranes, thus making them pee a lot, which is also another symptom. The causes of type 2 diabetes: your pancreas makes a hormone called insulin. It helps your cells turn glucose, a type of sugar, from the foods you eat into energy. People with type 2 diabetes make insulin, but their cells don't use it as well as they should. At first, your pancreas makes more insulin to try to get glucose into your cells, but eventually it can keep up and the glucose builds up in your blood instead. Sometimes diabetes can be genetic. It can be brought on by weight. It can be metabolic syndrome or too much glucose from your liver. Now we'll talk to you about the treatments of, of diabetes. One of which we all talk about is diet and exercise. Constant diet and exercise can give you a manageable lifestyle if you continue to do it on a day-to-day basis. Most people have to also take medication orally, and some have to have insulin on a sliding scale periodically throughout the day. I have now told you about the diabetes of the world and the most common type. I hope that this information was helpful for you and that you one day will take care of yourself as we take care of our own. Thank you.